Hello, Flosstube. Uh, I'm Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and this is my update for a special update on Wednesday night for Maynia Week 3, special edition for Week 3. It is the third Wednesday of May, and so for the way I'm doing Maynia, that means a change of projects, a new start, and for welcome, I want to say welcome back to my subscribers, and welcome to any new viewers. This is my Flosstube channel talking about cross stitch. Before I get into my Maynia updates, I have a little bit of haul. I had talked about on Saturday about a book that I bought. My stuff is falling now. A book that I bought at Cracker Barrel about haunted lighthouses, and I've been reading it, and it's not as good as I wanted it to be. It's not as. It reminds me of. I don't know how many of you have seen these internet articles where they're very wordy. I don't know if the people who write them get paid by the word, or they, but there's like page after page after page you have to scroll through, and there's all kinds of ads and stuff like that. And apparently, the somebody maybe I guess people who are associated with these advertisers or something like that, they pay people to write articles on some subject, and it has like some sort of catchy title, and then there's a story that it's supposed to be about, but before you get to that story, there's all these pages of introduction, and talking about whatever the subject is, and it goes back to, the beginning of the history of the subject, blah, 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 blah. And after page after page after page, you finally get to what the story's about or whatever. And that's kind of what this book is like. There's a lot of talk about, people living in lighthouses and what it's like, but and the isolation and the low pay and whatever. But it seems like it says that more than once, more than twice, and I was like, I found myself going, just hurry up and tell the little ghost story or whatever it is, and it kind of like was very circuitous in getting to the actual story. So I only read the first one or two entries, things in the book, and so I don't know. I'm hoping it gets better. But if you'll notice, sticking out of it here are a couple of bookmarks that I put in there. I just stuck them in anywhere. They're not really keeping any place, but they're my Darcy bookmark from this thank you for your order little card from Love You More Studios, because I bought a sleeve, my first book sleeve. And that's what, there's a cat knocking everything down. And I bought this, what is it called? It's called something, Far, Far Away sleeve. This book sleeve. And let me put these back in there. And right now, I just got it today, so I haven't put any cross-stitch projects in it. But for now, it's got my Haunted Lighthouses book in there. And I'm hoping, like I said, that the book gets better as I go along. But this sleeve it's a good size for like some smaller projects that I have. They'll fit very nicely in there, I think, eventually. So, anyway. So, So since, like I said, today's Wednesday, so I finished up for the week, for the time, on Seascape's old clipper ship. This is the second project that I'm working on, and I started on this ecru sail. This is in the middle of the thing. It's probably this sail right here, I think. Yeah, this middle sail right here that I started with. And I think I showed this on Saturday, and I had put these masts in there, but I had put this one in the wrong place. I hadn't done this this light gray line over it, or I had done the beginning of it. And anyway, no, I think I had put this in first, and then there's a cat here. Sorry. And then I had put in these little masts, and I thought I had counted correctly, but I had miscounted by. I think I had put it over, 2 over here. It was in the wrong place, so I took it out. When I started doing this this outline part here, because I got bored doing just back and forth with this ecru, so I did this outline part, which is in like a light gray or something. But as I went down and did all this, I did this part here, and when I went to go put this in, I realized that the mast part was in the wrong place, so I had to take it out and do all of this, and then I put it back in there. So anyway, so there's 2 little masts, and excuse me, this is the outline of where there'll be sails here. So I did a little bit of that. And, there's some more, like, that'll be, like, darker beige or whatever. And then the majority of these sails will be this ecru color. But, so that's the stitching I did. And, and I didn't get as much done this past week because of Mother's Day and all that. And I was working on, I think on Saturday I showed the little felt succulents that I had made for my mom for Mother's Day, so I did that on Thursday and Friday, and so I didn't do as much stitching on those 2 days, and I finally got back to it and did all. That's when I did the outline of where the sails were. So that's old clipper ship, and that was last week. So this week, starting today, I started working on Voyage of Discovery, and this is the chart commemorating when Columbus sailed to America in 1492, and this was 1492 to 1992. So that's when this is a Stony Creek chart. Official project of the Christopher Columbus Quincentenary Jubilee Commission. I can't speak. Yeah, this was, the copyright on this is 1990, and I probably bought it in 92 or thereabouts, or sometime after 92 probably, because 89 is when I moved to Little Rock, and I probably bought it sometime around then, in the 90s, early 90s or something like that. But anyway, fun fact, I made working copies of all of the charts, all of these little sea charts, partly because, like with old clipper ship, it was pretty small, and so I enlarged them, and I had gone to FedEx, used to be Kinko's, whatever, to make the copies, because they had a a machine that, had this big, 14 by 17 paper. And then this is printed directly on the cardstock, and I didn't want to, since I had to fold it, I didn't want for it, to wear it out. And the only problem is, and I'm going to show you just a little bit of the color list here. This is it's in black and white and in red. Oh my God, there's a cat. Excuse me. So when I made the charts, I didn't even think about the fact that part of the chart is done in red. And so, I don't know if you can tell here, but these red symbols are also, they're the same symbols. And so, in the chart, there are some things that are in red and some things that are in black and white, black. And you can see the difference in the chart itself, But the copies that I made were made in just black and white, black and white copies without any color in them. And so, I guess it was early this morning that I started working on the chart, and I started in the middle, and the middle is like somewhere on the bottom of this sail over here, the center. And when I looked at the symbol and I went to the chart, the key on the let's see if I got this copy of it here somewhere. Oh, here. And this I put but what I did was I looked at the middle of the chart, and it has a little, like a plus sign, for the symbol. And so I looked on this chart, and I saw a plus sign, and the color was 355 terracotta dark, right? I thought, oh, how fun. I'll get to stitch something besides white or ecru or whatever, right? Like I had done with the other two charts. And I knew that this design has on it these red crosses on the sails, right? So I thought, oh, well, good, it's part of one of these, the crosses here. But then I was looking at the chart, and I thought, well, no, it's the center of the chart, but it's the bottom of, I could tell, from looking at the chart, it's the bottom of these sails. So that wouldn't be red down here, way down here. What's going on? And that's when I discovered that, the copies that I made were done in black and white, and the chart is, these symbols are in red on the chart. So I had to go through, and I'm going to just show you a little bit of a chart. You can't really, I don't think you could make anything of it. But so I had to go through and see all of this in the original chart. They're all done in red. It's all handwritten. It's not, computer graphics, or anything like that. So it's all done in red. And so like these symbols in here are the same as some of the symbols, in here, but they're red. So there's the 355 is a red X, a red plus sign, and the center of the chart, which is down here, is like, I think 318, a pearl gray. It's a plus sign also, but it's a black and white, black and white. So, fortunately, it didn't affect my, the stitching any. It just affected, I had to get a different color thread, of course. And I sat down with a red, a pink highlighter and sort of highlighted all the read in the chart on my working copies, not on my original copy. But so it was a pain in the butt. But I'm glad I caught it now. So I did a little bit of stitching just to start off with. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right in here, and you can't tell. It's right here too. There's a little bit of this gray stitching at the bottom of this sail. So that's all I've gotten done. That's all I've gotten done so far, because I had to stop and, mark all the red stuff in the chart. So anyway, so now this week, for the next week, starting today, I'm working on this Voyage of Discovery. And, I guess it was last week that I talked about how I had bought, I don't know if I have it handy where I can reach it. Oh, here it is. I had bought, oh, sorry. I think I bumped it. Bumped the thing, sorry. But I had bought a magazine at Joann's, I guess a couple weeks ago. I don't remember what it was. But it came in this little handy vinyl pouch. And to tell you the truth, I bought the magazine for the little pouch. It's a little zippy pouch thing. And I thought, well, that's a good kind of project bag. The problem is that the vinyl kind of stinks. And so it made my project stink a little bit. So all day long I keep thinking, what is that smell? What is that smell? And it's the fabric kind of, picked up that odor from the plastic. So anyway, so I'll probably not put the fabric in there and just use the pouch to sort of keep my scissors and stuff like that, my supplies, whatever, in it, so that so I don't lose anything. But sorry about if there's, I don't know if you can hear my fan. I don't know if it's making any noise. It probably is. But I had to have it on because it's very, very hot. Our air conditioner seems to be on the fritz or something, and hopefully it just needs to be serviced. We not too long ago changed the filter, and it seemed to be working really well. But then just the last couple of days, it's been really hot, and the air conditioner doesn't seem to be working properly. And so I don't know. We need to go and look into that now. That's the newest wrinkle. After we just got the dishwasher in last week, and now it's the air conditioner seems to be on the fritz. So there's always something. Anyway, so this is a new week, new Maynia project, and hopefully now I've got the chart all sorted out, and I can make some progress on it now. So that's it. And I think on Saturday I'll hopefully have more progress on this chart, and do my regular update then. And next Wednesday will be the Ronnie Rowe ship Serenity. And I'm kind of looking at that with trepidation, because it's all one color, but it's just kind of a lot of stitching in it, and it's a little, it's going to be, I guess, different, very different, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so and I guess I talked on Saturday about I had signed up for I had bought the Hello Pumpkin Sal from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. So I have that. I think the first part comes out on the 16th. something like that. And but I'll probably I might put it off a little bit because of Mania, or I might put a few stitches in it, depending on what the first part looks like, come the 16th. If I have the I bought just the PDF download of the pattern, so I have to get, put fabric and all that, and gather all the supplies. So we'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but we'll know come Saturday, I guess. Anyway, so that's all for now. Just like I said, a quickie update. So that's it. So I'm in the Friday Off the Grid group, if you want to look for me there, as Elizabeth Martinez. And on Instagram, I'm Fantagray, if you want to look for me there. But I'll see you then on Saturday. Bye.